So it's, as you can see, possibly it's a rainy Saturday, and my good rock hounding partner Jeff here and I are heading out to what's the name of the place? Not the Lincoln Quarry, the Spring Creek. You heard him, Spring Creek Quarry, and we're with the Walker Mineralogical Club today. And we're going to be looking for some sphalerites, the usual stuff that you'll find in the Lockport Dollarstone. But just a quick word here. My good friend Jeff was on a trip recently and he bumped into another rock hound. He said some rather offensive things about yours truly here with respect to the fact that I post information online about rock hounding. Well, my dear friend, you know, what can I say? It would have been better if you'd said it to myself personally. But either way, I think the general consensus is this is valuable information for rock hounds to have, and I'm hoping, in fact I think I can understand by the comments that people do indeed enjoy what I post, and that it's useful for the greater good of rock hounding. So if you're seeing this, obviously you're also watching my site, so enjoy the video.
Spring Creek.
What?
Spring Creek. Okay. So I've never been in this place before. I think a lot of you folks have already been in this place last year, right? So I don't know what it looks like. But the main thing is, one of the main things, stay away from the walls, all right? Use 3 points if you need to climb up and down. Make sure you're working securely, please. The insurance is covered by the CCFMS, covers you breaking these people's equipment. It doesn't cover you bashing your own head in, or my head, or anybody else's head. Right? So if you hurt yourself, no insurance is going to take care of you, right? You understand that, yeah? You've all signed a waiver saying you're not going to sue me or this quarry. And we have our safety certificate, so if any of you could gush blood or something, we could try and staunch the bleeding until the EMTs get here.
Let's use a belt.
Break a leg, we could put you in an improvised splint. But,
I've got a lighter too, Jim. We can cauterize if we need.
Yeah, cauterize.
That's sterilized too.
So the main thing is, so everybody's wearing safety equipment so that we can see you. Quarry.
They should let probably Andrew or myself.
Yeah, just let us know where you're leaving, so we don't have to search for you later. Under
what we'll do,
we'll
to
sign something.
Yeah. We dummy lock the gate once we go in.
So as you can see, safety's number one with the Walker Mineralogical Club. Doesn't look good on us when somebody gets hurt as a rock hound. Brings the whole sport or interest into disrepute. So very important. They warned us about not touching blasting caps, staying away from the edges, wearing the proper PPE, personal protective equipment, and obviously we have good leaders in this club who are keeping us safe. So here we go. We're entering the property.
Windows up, and I'll grab my bag. And
Jeff's pretty eager today, as we both are. It's been a long winter of lack of rock hounding, so let's get on with it. Out the door, man. Big panic. Big panic. Get the stuff. Quick, quick, quick. Pushing our way to the front of the crowd to get at the rocks.
Alright, you're on your own.
So this is mainly all the Lockport Dollarstone. Kind of a rock that was formed back in the Silurian age. Exposed on the surface, became pocked by the dissolving of minerals. Moved down lower, 5 kilometers beneath, where it was enriched with a brine, many times saltier than the seawater, and as a result we're finding sphalerite, calcite, hopefully some fluorite. I know there's sphalerites, but they actually look like little red garnets. They're really quite orangey in color in this particular area. So this is an especially beautiful section of dogtooth spar. Very well defined. Looks like the whole rock is covered in this stuff. So I think this is what I'm going to work on. Looks quite impressive. I prefer to spend a whole day working on one really good specimen than a whole day working on 100 little less good specimens. So obviously I'm trying to smash it away from there, because if you just try and chip this out, it's not going to work. You've got to actually break the boulder from behind, leave a large chunk of the parent material attached to it. Okay, here it's coming finally. Been hammering at it for about half an hour. Looks like it's all coming loose. So I'm actually looking, what I really want to find is some large pieces of sphalerite. And the members of the club that are more used to this area have advised me that it's in the darker, what they say is the darker fossiliferous rock. It has a very wavy, uneven bedding plane, and that's where I'm going to find the sphalerite. And Jeff in particular is looking for a cubic crystal of galena. Not sure if he's going to find it, but I've definitely found some galena in mass, which is kind of nice. But again, I wouldn't take it home unless I found an actual cube of it. So this is what I came to find. There's a fantastic cluster of sphalerite. I'm actually really happy it came out as easily as it did. Just beautiful, very orangey. Of course, this is at the Spring Creek mine. Rockhounds all over, chipping away. Look at them all. Look at them. Some people would call us locusts. I don't know. It's great though, man. Good time with the Walker Mineralogical Club, and some great finds. Always find good stuff when I go out to them. Almost looks like ice, like little pockets of ice in the rock. In actual fact, it's selenite, which is basically the crystal form of gypsum. You can see all the angles, 60-degree angles indicating its crystal system. You can see the edges of the galena, and again we've got the selenite. So the galena is a lead sulfide. I know they used to use crystals of galena, something to do with radio transmitters. Not sure exactly what. So it's quite the turnout. As you can see, there's a lot of rockhounds have come out, even though it's the weather's not the best. You can hear the saws going in the background. Extracting minerals. In particular, I've been very lucky to find some really nice calcite vugs. A lot of people are talking about galena, sphalerite. I found some agate, which was really interesting. And I'm actually finding pockets of this agate chert kind of stuff. Basically layered, deposited chalcedony. I'm going to wander over and just see what's coming out with the actual saw. Yeah. Nice one.
It's all sheave there. That's the only natural phase.
Oh man, buddy, that's a beautiful crystal. That's galena. Just found some nice galena. Let me get it. So this is quite an interesting little pocket in the dolostone, in which I'm finding loose, doubly terminated calcite crystals. You can see the terminations on either end, and in there they're just loose. I can see more of them. You can tell these dolostone crystals because they almost look like a cube that's been kind of squished and it's gone off center. That's kind of the nature of them. They're usually pinkish or white or cream in color. So at the Spring Creek Quarry, what we've been basically seeing is the results of expansions of the QEW. There have been 3 distinctive periods. 1970s was the first one, so every time they widened the QEW, in particular the last one being down near St. Catharines where they widened it, this is a result, right, that they work in digging the quarry deeper for aggregates.